Rachel Zegler that's separately had a meltdown
Oh,
about Trump.
holy crap. Yeah, that just, man, this gif of the Joker with that pile of burning money behind him. Rachel Zegler with Disney's money.
Oh, I see an update. Rachel Zegler has apologized for lashing out at Trump supporters. The Snow White
Uh-huh.
trailer is about to drop this month, and Disney is doing damage control.
Oh, there's no controlling this damage anymore.
No,
She
there's no
she has
controlling.
burned this movie to the ground. Not only is it just a disaster because of what they've tried to do, their original animated film, that very first film, that first of all is one of the most beautiful pieces of animation ever created. It is an absolute spectacle of animation. It's gorgeous. If you've seen an updated scan of that, a recent scan of that, it is still one of the most amazing pieces of animation ever created. There's a reason that they were able to build Disney on the back of that thing. When people saw it in the theaters the first time, they couldn't believe what they were watching. It's amazing.
Nobody
But
thought a full-length animated feature
and yeah,
would catch on. The entire
and that it
studio
would
on
be
it.
so and it would be something so engrossing and just so enchanting. It's just mockery that they're making this live action remake that they've shot and reshot and reshot and they've recut it a million times, and it's just bad. It's clearly going to be a monstrous failure, and it deserves to be, and she's just making it worse. She won't keep her freaking mouth shut.
And I'm going to tell you something. These studios will finish whatever contracts they have with her, but there's only so much damage control problems that the studio wants to deal with. They're going to smile and say, "You're so great. We love your politics. You're so great." And they're never going to want to work with her again. And I think that's going to happen to her. And it wouldn't surprise me if that happens to Cynthia Erivo or whatever her name is, especially if these movies don't succeed. If they put all this money into these movies and then they premiere and they're not going to do well, and people think, well, they're not doing well because these ladies act the way they acted, that may cause these ladies to not get work anymore. Nobody wants to work with these type of troublemakers. If I'm now the head of a studio, I would never hire Rachel Zegler. Not because I think that she's a mediocre actress, not because I think that she's annoying. She is just a PR disaster. You spend hundreds of millions of dollars on a movie, and then in 1 second, you just give this lady a microphone, and everything is just down the toilet.
Yeah, and she just keeps stepping in it. You know, it's embarrassing.
Shout out to Steph, My Nerdy Home. Steph, she's been really on top of these posts. It started off here. I think a lot of people saw it, but, I find myself speechless in the midst of this. Another 4 years of hatred leading us towards a world I do not want to live in. Blah, 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 blah. And she says, "Fuck this." But more importantly, at the end, she said, "Fuck Donald Trump. And they're eating you up on Twitter. That's why I don't use this app," and blah, 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 blah. It's like it's a combination of Elon syndrome meltdown and Trump meltdown. And I echo the statement more than anything. The Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. So that's like already, it's not that she just doesn't like Trump. If you voted for him, then she has an issue with you too. Now, if you have a movie coming out and you want people
Please
to
come
watch
see
it,
my movie.
However, I must say, if you voted for Trump, I hope that peace never finds you. Instead, I hope clarity strikes you someday like a clap of lightning, and you have to live the rest of your life with the knowledge and guilt of what you've done and who you are as a person. Now, I guess she has a damage control.
Yep.
Hi, everyone. I would like to sincerely apologize for the election post I shared on my Instagram last week. I let my emotions get the best of me. Hatred and anger have caused us to move further and further away from peace and understanding, and I'm sorry I contributed to the negative discourse. This week has been emotional for so many of us, but I firmly believe that everyone has the right to their opinion, even when it differs from my own. I'm committed to contributing positively toward a better tomorrow. Wow. What a bunch of nonsense. There's no excuses. Anything that happens now, if she doesn't get any more roles, if her career is finished, she absolutely did this to herself. She is intolerable. She is just annoying. And that movie, if it fails miserably, she'll deserve it and Disney will deserve it.
Well, Disney always deserves it, but yeah.
I'm still convinced Disney is going to be walking away from the theaters at the end of the year next year, having lost over $1 billion with all of their films they've got coming out next year that are going to be just disasters. I think all of those Marvel movies are going to lose money. Fantastic Four maybe has a chance of making some money, maybe, but
Maybe.
we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see, how it actually performs in the theaters. They're going to lose probably $300 million on Captain America 4. They're probably going to lose a little. Who knows? They didn't spend too much on Thunderbolts, but they're probably going to lose some money on that. They're going to lose another 300-400 million on this. First of all, no one's going to bother to go see this one because it looks awful. I mean, those dwarves are like nightmare fuel. And then again, everyone knows that 90 days later it's going to come out on Disney Plus. So
it looks like it should be there already. They look like the 7 Hoggles from Labyrinth.
It's like Fraggle Rock with CGI or something. I don't know. They look weird.
So creepy looking. Just
so this article here in That Park Place, they covered this earlier today. There was some kind of earnings call, and apparently Bob Iger didn't even mention this Snow White thing.
Nope.
I'm sure like Disney are flipping out. It's a nightmare of PR.